Honestly, I think a lot of people are waking up right now. The veil is becoming thinner than it ever has been before. And I'm not just talking financially, not politically or culturally. I mean existentially. I mean spiritually. I think people are starting to question the way that they've been living life on a much deeper level than they've ever considered it before. I don't think that's random. Lately, I've noticed more and more people saying things like, there has to be more than this. I don't want to live stressed forever. I want my time back. I want peace in my life. And honestly, I think people are finally becoming aware of how disconnected modern life has made them feel. So there's old programming that people have been buying into, right? For a long time, most of us were taught the same formula: work constantly, stay busy, sacrifice your peace, push through the exhaustion, and maybe eventually you'll enjoy life later, right? What's the point of enjoying life later when you can't enjoy it right now? You realize nothing comes to you until that shift happens internally first, right? And people accept it because that's all that they saw around them. But now I think something's shifting. Something in the atmosphere is changing. Most people are starting to realize different things than have ever been on this planet before. I think people are realizing they just don't want only income anymore. They want freedom and flexibility. They want presence in their life. They want constant peace and purpose. They want to know what they're doing and feel called to do it. Get up and feel good about it. Ownership over their time, meaningful work, alignment with their true purpose, the words that God inscribed right there on their heart, right? They want their lives back. That's deeper than money. So here's the burnout factor, okay? And I think a lot of people are simply exhausted. They're mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted, spiritually exhausted. People are tired of constant urgency, constant pressure, overstimulation, and living disconnected from themselves, building lives that barely get to experience. Do you realize that people work on a daily basis? They get up and go to something they don't want to do, and they keep doing that over and over, and they realize that they don't want to do it no more, but they're so stuck in the ways and they're so fixated in survival mode that they can't calm down. They can't get their nervous system down enough to see, hey, there's a different style of living. There's a more intentional way that I can go about all this stuff than just getting up and flexing my exhaustion muscles every day. And once you start seeing that clearly, it becomes hard to ignore. I know for me personally, once I experienced even a little bit more peace and alignment in my own life, I couldn't unsee the difference anymore. I realized how normalized stress had become, not just in my life, but in all the people's lives around me. No one ain't got control over nothing. I couldn't unsee that difference no more. I just realized how normalized this stress had become and how normalized survival mode had become. And when I started asking deeper questions, like what kind of life do I actually want? What matters most to me? What am I building in my life? And what is all this costing me internally? Those questions change me. Here's the spiritual side of things, because this is important that we talk about it. And honestly, I think this awakening is spiritual, right? Because when people finally slow down enough to actually hear themselves think again, they start realizing that they've been disconnected, right? They've been distracted and overstimulated. They've been emotionally numb to everything that's taken place in their own lives and on the lives of people around them. And since they're so stuck in survival mode, they can't pull up the people, right? Their cups are not overflowing so that they can give more. They're giving and giving and giving with an empty cup, and you can't do that. Modern life keeps people so mentally crowded that many they never stop long enough to actually ask what truly matters. But I think more people are starting to ask now. I think people are becoming less impressed by titles and appearances and performative hustle and constant busyness, right? And they're more interested in peace and health and family and presence and freedom with their life and intentional living. That's a major shift. So, what I believe, right? I don't think this means people are becoming lazy. I think people are becoming aware. Aware that success without peace eventually feels empty. Aware that money without time feels incomplete. Aware that ambition without alignment eventually burns people out. That awareness, it matters. And honestly, I think many people are becoming to realize that they were never truly craving more stuff, right? They were craving more life, more meaning, more presence, more peace. That's what I think is happening right now. I think a lot of people are waking up right now, not because life got easier, but because people are finally becoming honest about how they actually want to live. And once that awakening starts, it becomes very difficult to go back living unconsciously. Pandora's box done opened up too much. If you feel like your perspective on life has been changing deeply lately too, I want you to comment the word awake, because I feel like, and I think that far more people are feeling this shift than anyone realizes or wants to admit. Because, hey, they want to keep you down, but you stay up. God's got you. I love you. Peace.